The question, would you want to go to an all online school?
Okay, so I think it's a pretty good idea to go to online school because, I don't know, there are a bunch of kids who they play sports or do anything, they would like to go to it. So I know one kid who went to an online school and then, but his dad and his brother both died right a month before he went. So he was he completely pretty much didn't do any work. So he went to another school.
He was going to do this so he could focus on sports?
Yeah. So.
He's a tennis player?
Yeah. So there are a bunch of people who would play, I think, sports to do this instead of.
What kinds of sports? What happens if you want to do a team sport and you're at school?
School sports.
How does that work?
There won't be school sports usually, I guess.
Yeah, there won't be school sports.
Online chess.
So that would be. Would that be a good thing or a bad thing?
It wouldn't, I think it wouldn't be either way. It depends, I guess it depends how, intense you are, how good you are. I was homeschooled, last 2 years. I was homeschooled, 2 years ago, and it was pretty much,
What was the motive for homeschooling?
it was kind of a tennis, but
so you could travel and go to tournaments and stuff?
Yeah, so. And then, but we only did it for 1 year, so, and then.
How did you feel about your education?
Actually, it was.
Was he using online stuff?
It was, using a lot of online stuff, and then, I don't know, there was just a bunch of, it's not, you don't learn as much, actually, as you do, in regular middle school or something.
Why not?
I think because, there's just, I don't know. There was just the curriculum wasn't in depth and not you can't discuss really anything. So you're pretty much discussing one-on-one with another teacher. So
I feel like I would definitely slack off a lot more if I was taking an online school because I know I procrastinate a lot in school, just normal school, and if I had just classes online that weren't so scheduled out like this where I had to be there at a certain time, I definitely would put it off until the end of the day, and then at the end of the day I'd be tired, so I'd just be I'll do it tomorrow and put everything off until the very last minute. And I feel in some ways it could be less stressful because school's really stressful and online school might be a little less stressful, but then in some ways it might be even more stressful just because you have such it's so much more easy to procrastinate, I guess, and not go to class and not do your work.
Yeah, because I'm in Miss Tucker's new teaching technique. I'm in her class, and basically she's taking videos of the lessons and then having us take notes after watching videos of her sort of teaching the lesson, and then we do a lab or something to elaborate on it the next day.
So you watch her lecture at home on the computer, right?
Mm-hmm.
The term that we're using for that is flipped teaching. So instead of getting the lectures in class, you get the lectures at home.
So nice.
And then you do the labs in class.
And
what do you think of that?
I think it's amazing, and at the beginning of the year I thought it was really cool, but then eventually now I'm starting to just skip through the video just so I can fill out the notes and get what I want, get what she's asking for, and so I'm not really learning the material as well. And in a way it's all about integrity, whether or not you're willing to whether you want to learn it all, or...
How is that different than when you're in class?
When you're in class, the teacher sort of makes you learn it. When I'm falling asleep, teachers always wake me up.
Like when you were listening with your eyes closed just now?
I definitely feel listening with your eyes closed.
I mean, I definitely have looked at you guys, some of whom are laughing
Max
right
Bayer,
now.
sleeping on the couch.
And I've been
I've
they're
never
not
slept
listening
in
to a word
class.
I'm saying right now.
And
They
then
might as well not even be here.
And Will Coomer.
But at least I wasn't I was losing with my eyes closed. I was just asleep.
I fell asleep yesterday.
So, there's some question, right?
I was drooling.
I was trying to take a picture.
You guys are teenagers. You guys are teenagers. You're going to slack off occasionally, are you more or less likely to slack off, at home when you're participating online versus in the class?
Yeah, especially since when I watch these videos, I'm like, I do it when I'm like about to go to bed, so I'm in my bed and I literally am falling asleep while just staring at my computer.
Yeah, I definitely, I'm in Miss Tucker's class too, and at first I was really excited about the whole flip teaching thing because it seemed like it would be more interesting at home to watch a video than to like read out of a textbook, and I definitely think it is, but you get to the point where it's like, oh, it's just a video, I don't actually have to like do anything, I just have to watch it, but it does take up, like you do have to fill out notes and do like assignments on it, and so you sort of get into the mindset of, oh, it's only like 10 minutes, I can put it off until the very end and do it like right before I go to sleep. But then you just end up being tired and not filling out the notes and doing anything well.
I mean, that's like you on a personal level.
Yeah.
You need to change that. It has nothing to do.
No, I know.
That's all right, but that's what we're talking about here.
Yeah, that's
But
why I
James
think
is
that
like-
I personally would not do well in an online school because I would put off all the work and like tell myself that it's gonna be easier than it actually will be to just put it off and not do as well.
Yeah, I don't think I would. I don't think I would do well in online school because there's also all these distractions around you in your house, like your pets or if you have like iPod or iPods, or, also, just recently I did somewhat of an online school called Teen Smart that you have to do before you get your license, and it was extremely boring and I did not want to do it, and I was always procrastinating, and when finally I was down on time I had to like quickly do everything.
You're talking about a driver's ed class online?
Yeah, basically.
Now, if you had to come down to the school gymnasium and take that class from a person, do you think you would have been more engaged?
Yeah, I did that for my driver's ed. The first one.
Oh.
Yeah, driver's ed online kind of like it's obviously not school, but all I know is that it was the most boring thing I've ever done. So an online school, I feel like it would get old after a while. You'd be excited about it for a little while, but then you'd be like, oh, this is really boring, I don't want to do this.
What I did is I just like skipped through all the reading and did a quiz.
Yeah.
And hopefully you get it.
Would you guys be like more tempted to like cheat while taking a test or a quiz if you were in an online
Yeah,
school?
because when I take those like online Spanish tests, I know I used to in Miss Mahalski's class last year. I would just go straight to Google Translate, and that's how I aced her class. Now I have like a C in Spanish because she's not doing online stuff. No, not a Mahalski.
No, he has pigs this year.
Higgs is even easier. She gives you an extra day to do your homework. No way. It's like you have another day to do it.
But do you think that if you were taking like a history test online, wouldn't it be like so tempting just to be like Google like the date of like imagine if you were taking a sharp test online, it wouldn't be stressful at all because you could just take out your phone and be like, I don't know who this is, but I can Google him, you know.
I think like it makes more sense for younger kids to do it because, as you say, like there are a bunch of distractions for teenagers, and like I think the reason like why aren't more younger kids doing this? Probably because like parents they don't want to put in their time to do all this stuff sometimes. So
Also, you have to be home with your kids too. If your preschooler is doing an online preschooler, like kindergartner is doing an online kindergarten, you have to be home to like watch them, or you have to hire a nanny. So it's kind of, I feel like probably that's why a lot of parents don't want to do it at such a young age because they want to go to work, they want to do their stuff.
What I think is one of the worst parts about doing online learning is all the distractions. Like, I definitely know it's not just me, but I think everyone in this class goes on to Facebook and complains about their homework every single day.
I don't do about my homework on Facebook.
Or at least they check Facebook a lot. And that, I don't know if, like, well, I know it's me, but it really, like, gets you distracted from what you're actually doing. And that's why I'm doing this, like, this Miss Sharp thing, where you're doing, like, 10 days without internet.
Yeah, how's that going?
You're doing that? Kevin's doing that?
You haven't been playing Call of Duty. Apparently not, because you know I complained about homework last night.
Well, I wasn't complaining about homework last night.
This is your first day? I feel like it's really.
Day one.
Yeah, it was supposed to start like last week.
He's like 8.
I feel like it's really tempting if you're doing an online school to just like have a couple tabs open, flipping back and forth between like school and Facebook and just like random websites because it's just you're gonna get bored with school and you have to have like a lot of self-discipline in order to actually stay with the work.
I asked one of my TAM News editors, who's a solid student, what is the longest period of time in the last week that you've gone focused purely on your homework without checking Facebook or, you know, some other distraction? What do you think he said?
15 minutes.
15 minutes?
20.
2 hours?
An
He
hour.
said 30 minutes. He said the only way he was able to do that was to physically remove himself from his desk where his computer is and go on his bed to do the work.
Hey, that's what I did. I don't even
30 minutes doing that?
Yeah.
So 30 minutes was all he could last before he had to go check Facebook.
The only
Oh
time,
my
like,
God.
the only time,
That's why I'm doing like.
your homework is the only homework that I don't really disperse with Facebook. But even sometimes I do.
When I'm doing Miss Sharp, I go on Facebook, but after I work for a good solid period of time.
Okay,
I don't do it.
let's, any final comments from the Fishbowl? Actually, I wanted Emily, does everybody in here know about Emily's little battle that she's having with her parents?
Yeah, I want to hear it. I want to hear it again. I want to hear it again.
And she's got an update today. I think. So
Battle with
Emily-
your parents?
Emily's going to briefly summarize what happened. What prompted this and what has happened so far?
So, a while ago, I was going to go into the city with my friend to go shopping, and my parents said that in order for me to go, I had to download like a GPS tracker app on my phone.
Oh my God.
Let her finish.
So, I did it because I had made these plans with my friend like in advance, blah blah blah. But the app is like creeping me out, and I don't like it. So after like reading feed and doing this whole unit, I decided that like
Taxi.
what?
The movie, the shark movie.
Yeah, and the Floriana Scotsy, like I just decided that I didn't want to be so like focused on technology and my phone, and so like I deleted a bunch of apps off of my phone that had been like wasting my time, and I also deleted that one. When I got home, my parents were like super pissed that I deleted the app, and their reasoning was that they didn't want me to be taken like kidnapped, and
That's so not true.
and so but I said I'm not gonna put the app back on my phone because I will like communicate with you via text and I will call you and tell you where I am. And they're like, well, you won't be able to if you're kidnapped. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm not putting it on my phone. We live in Marin. We live in Mill Valley. And so they said, okay, if you're not going to put the app on your phone, we're going to take your phone away.
What?
Punch your mom.
So does that?
That's even
So
better.
I told them like how critical this was because like you want to know where I am, you want to know what I'm doing. And if you take away my phone, I'm not going to be able to like tell you where I am or what I'm doing. So
Okay.
Now you can just escape.
Finish!
So at first I gave them my phone, but I was just like angry. I tricked them into giving it back by telling them that I would download and activate the app, but I turned off the location services on my settings.
You're a bad person.
So this morning my mom's like, the app's not working for some reason. I'm like, I thought you weren't using the app, but whatever. So I was like, oh, oops, my location services were turned off. So I turned them back on, and we had like a big fight because I still didn't want the app
Okay.
on it.
I have two really good suggestions.
Okay.
I'll adopt you as
Welcome to
Okay, thanks.
Come to my actually.
Alright, suggestion one.
Because that's gonna work.
I have two suggestions. Suggestion one, like sit down with your parents and say, do you know anyone else who would do this to their children. Be like, you're restraining
Oh,
me.
I've done
You should be like, I'm a great kid and I've never done anything wrong. And there are tons of parties.
When I say
Give them the
that,
speech. Give them the speech.
Yeah, ask them
their
what they did with
their
their kids.
reasoning is that their reasoning is not that they don't trust me and don't know where I am. It's because they say it's because they're afraid I'm going to be kidnapped.
Okay. Second suggestion. Second suggestion. Bring your phone into really sketchy places. Excuse me. Your phone said that you were in a marijuana distribution place. Is this correct? And
Ask
you'll be
them
like,
if their parents
I
locked
don't know
them
what
in
you're talking
the
about,
bedroom.
Mom. I thought you weren't going to use that.
Just
Trick
like
them
leave your phone on a
into
bus and
spying
have it,
on
like,
them.
Yeah, no, yeah, just leave your phone places.
You in a
I'm getting this
medical
very similar to
shop.
my parents. Yeah, Ryan. Suggestion.
I think, okay, lastly, what you should do, you should leave your phone in your bedroom, and then after school, go to a friend's house and send to your phone on a restricted number a ransom note.
I have a
Better idea. Better
Emily, I have a good idea.
Get a normal
Okay,
phone.
Emily, so you take your phone, you tie it to a bird, and you let the bird fly away, and then your parents are like, then you get to just have a party.
Yeah, they can locate that phone, get a new phone, save up, buy a new phone, put your number on that phone, like go to the store and transfer your
I'm getting
number,
nauseous with all these phones.
Alright.
and then
Final
Yeah,
comments
you
from
just buy
Fishbowl.
another phone. That's
tie
the
to a
phone.
bird.
Throw away the other one.
Tied to a dolphin or something, so I think you're like going like underwater.
You don't have an iPhone?
Henry, Casey, Natalie,
I have no idea.
Grace,
And me. You're all funny.
and CJ.
I'm going to show this to my parents.